No dog sold or raised for illegal purposes. This is a historical and entertainment-based channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Episode 68, yeah. Get it out. The Haymaker Champions, Part 2. A deeper look at Mario Blanco Nikky. A deeper look at Hell Games champion Congo. Let us analyze the evidence on this episode of Bulldog Court. Bulldog community, please rise. This is your host, Get a Hold James, because we got to get a hold of the game.
Court is now in session.
Oh yeah. This is your boy, Get a Hold James, because we got to get a hold of the game. I'm so happy that you could join me tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the Bulldog streets, but you decided to come kick it with your boy. And I'm so happy that you did. You underdig. I'd like to thank everybody for checking out last week's Bulldog Court episode 67, where we had a great time going over the proceedings that we had that evening. And then we slid right over, into Bulldog Court live after show with my boy King T, Pressure Cap, and of course Papa Cap, the honorable one, J-Bo. Got to give it up for my boy King T, aka Short Bus Cap, dipped in, checked this out, and did his 1-2, of course. Now, over into that show, we was able to come up with a Cap Rack soundtrack, if you will, or Cap Rack playlist. We done flipped all kind of old classic songs and turned them into Cap songs. You know what I'm saying? As only the Cap brothers and the Cap Rack community could do. And had a lot of fun doing that, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of commentary from the TMZ of the Bulldog world that is being brought and coming in and providing us with a lot of comedy and ad-libs as he went through in the chat. Shout out to Ben Brockton on that. But then we went over on Sunday, and did 1-2 in the Piranha Tank with Bulldog and with Bo, and nonstop on Dogman TV on that Sunday. We came down through the week and did a hump day cap, you know what I'm saying, 1-2 step on the hump day cap. We did our 1-2 on that with my brothers Short Bus Cap, aka King T, Pressure Cap, aka Pressure Kendall Combines, and the honorable one, J-Bo, aka Papa Cap. And also me, of course, Interstate Cap, aka SDA, aka Get a Hold James. You understand me? Did I 1-2? Then, of course, came back to Thursday. Bulldog and Bo doing it again, all the way live. Having fun over there. Just a fun show, Not trying to teach nobody nothing, but just fun, man. Just having fun, man. You don't have to be all seriousness and you ain't this and you ain't that. It could be a lot of, fun fair also. So, I'm not going to prolong the time. I have gotten away from saying this thing in the last couple of episodes. Ain't nobody even remind me either. I am not the judge nor jury, for it is up to you, the Bulldog community, to decide which way the tide may roll. Now, for my first case, the Haymaker Champions, Part 2. Now, we're going to continue the look into the Haymaker Champions, and we will come up and look at the diagnosis of, the parameters in which these champions were made. Were they outcrosses? Were they inbred? How were these champions made? And then what is the ratio between outcross and inbred champions? We know that you can do a lot of inbreeding with the Red Boy Lions of dogs without causing any problems to their structure, to their temperament, etc., etc. We can do that with these type of animals. So for my first one, I want to look at is the first one we want to look at is Champion Gucci, who is off a Haymaker, bred to Champion Superior's Brandy, 3-time winner. Now, the Brandy side, we already know what Haymaker is. It's all, heavy Bailey's Bingo dog, bred by Bobby Holland, of course. But when we look at the bottom side, it's primarily Red Boy Jocko Jeep, Ozzie Stevens Grand Champion Virgil, with a touch of McGee's Panther, which is a Zebo Midnight Cowboy dog. So, a good mix of the right stuff. Bred back into some heavy Red Boy, which is the Haymaker dog, made this female what she was in the past. Now to the next one. The next one we will look at is Champion Prostitute. It's a crazy name, Champion Prostitute, but she would be double bred on Haymaker. Haymaker bred back to his daughter with a quarter of some real concentrated heavy Jeep Rascal through Brock's Knob, Woodall's Luke, and of course, Big Casey. I'm going to say the legendary Big Casey because for those that know, he legendary. Whether you know it or not, or want to believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into the Georgia politics, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. And so, this is yet another champion from Haymaker, and they went 3/4 Red Boy, quarter Jeep Rascal. Some of the heaviest of it, real concentrated. Long's Weirdo, you got Woodall's Luke, you got Broad's Knob, which is off of Widow and Brock's Kate, Lady Kate, just Big Casey down there at the bottom, it's beautifully blurred animal. And then for the last one, I'm going to show on this one, it's going to be Jones's Champion Jello, who is out of Haymaker. Bottom side, very intriguing to me. Jones Kiwi, who is out of Grady's Champion Key Bump. Key Bump off of Deloach's Beetle Bailey off of Jazz Man, Boyle's Jazz Man, and Man's Red Gold, who's off of Clyde the Undertaker, and Boyle's Lug Nut. That's the Boyle's right there. But the Hunt's April, which is Key Bump's mother, Heavy Ramsey's Buford, directly off of Ramsey's Artie, Champion Artie, which is off of Bullison and R. Smissy, bred to Abbott's Kimsey. Now, if anybody knows anything, that's one of the most heaviest concentrated breedings on a bunch of Carver dogs. You had your Wood Snooty in there, your Boomerang Snooty, Satin Bloody Sunday, those type of breedings right there on that side. And then also on the bottom side of Kiwi is some heavy Grand Tapperjack, they say Ulysses Piggy, Ulysses Rocky, heavy that, bred to some more Bulls. Chief Red Cloud off of Bulls Champion Bolt Action and Balls Limited Edition. Then they took Red Cloud and bred him to Balls Lady Undertaker, who was off, of course, Clyde the Undertaker and Balls Layla. So heavy Eli Carver, bred female, bred to Haymaker to get this Champion Jello dog. A lot of Balls, Boomerang, Snooty, Eli, that whole mix up to make this dog. But I'm going to just go with these 3 champions right now. And we're going to come back again next episode with part 3 of the Haymaker Champions, to be continued. We'll get back to the show after these important messages.
Check out one of the best dog talk shows out here, Bulldoggin' with Bo, on Dogman TV, Thursdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Shout out to his co-host, Nonstop.
Hammerhead on the beat, bitch.
Oh yeah. And now for my second case, a deeper look at Grand Champion Mario Blanco Nikky. I'm talking about Mario Blanco Nikky. I'm talking about Grand Champion International, owned by Mario Blanco. This dog also was called
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Borderia.
Come on, man.
Bro, you just tore that name up.
6-time winner, 5-time best in show. The bio says Nikki has the whole package. Super active bitch with a hard mouth. 5 best in shows. The best of the best. Real gameness. Won her first one in 7 minutes. Got best in show. Won her second one is at Toluco convention in 28 minutes. Best in show. Won a third at the Tijuana convention versus a 2-time winner in 25 minutes. Best in show. Won at another convention. I can't pronounce that first one. Agua Calientes. Something like that. In 9 minutes. Won that one. Best in show. Number 5, International Convention. Dominican Republic. Factory Kennels beat them in 4 minutes. Best in show. Now, a lot of people, when they see that 4 minutes best in show, they're going to think, cap. I'm just putting it out there. But we have had, records, in the record books, in the archive that show, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, over 1 bite, it's over, so can't totally go by that. Or does the person think all of that is cap? I don't care how many one you name, it's got to be all cap. But I digress. I doubt it. Some of these dogs perform at a high level in history, and who are we to say? But for number 6, another international convention, won in 35 minutes. Now that last one, she did not get best in show, but the first 5, she received best in show in every one of those. And most of the time, or every time, it was at a convention. Now could all of this be, you the most convention showing dog in history, I believe. All 6 of your matches was in a convention. All 6 of yours was in a convention. I think somebody needs some convincing of these conventions, or they're gonna call it cap. But I digress. Let us get into how this dog is bred. This dog is off of Ishmael Ramirez Kimbo and Ishmael Ramirez's Chuya. Whoever this is really want to be known, because they putting their whole first and last government name out there. I don't know what country this is, but boy, they sure putting a lot of information out there. I don't even feel comfortable repeating this. I'm just gonna start calling the dog name so that I won't get, I'm just saying, it just don't sound right. I put my whole first and last name up there. I especially want you to know it's me. You know what I'm saying? Might be cap, but I don't know. I'm just gonna do this, and y'all decide. That's why the community is so important. I am not the judge nor jury, before it is up to you to decide which way the tide may roll. Now, on the top side, this dog is primarily, see, you had to go way back 3, 4, 5 generations to even see something that remotely look like something that is American for me to be able to tell you how this dog is bred, because there's so much international, galactical, Mexican, or Latino something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Spanish names. I ain't trying to say what I'm trying to say. So the dog is bred like on the top side. When I look at the top side, he is primarily a dog that goes back to Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack was off of Eunice's Cracker Jack, and a dog called Georgia. And Georgia was, of course, a heavy Jeep Rascal dog. And the bottom side is even more Ruiz's Cactus Jack. But I just wanted to highlight this animal and let you take a look at how he is bred. And do you believe what this dog is bred like? Do you believe his record? Their record? Just just get with me. You know, I look forward to seeing your comments. Just an animal that what I thought was peculiar to me. Get with me in the comments, of a deeper look at Grand Champion Nikki. This case is now dismissed. Now, this is the segment of the show we call Bench Warrant. For this bench warrant, I'm trying to get a bench warrant for all, and I mean all. I don't care how many paddy wagons I got to line up for all of those swingman breeders or switch out breeders. Every 3 years, you switching out your whole family, whole bloodline. Now you got a whole 3. When I come back, got a puppy from you, 1 year, 3 years, it grows up to be exceptional or to be horrible. Well, maybe let's just say exceptional. And I come back to get some more of that. I want them female to that male I got. Oh man, I don't even sell that stuff no more. I got a whole nother line. I was doing Mayday, now I do Jeep Red Boy Rascal. Okay, and then 3 years after that, I'm doing Red Boy Jocko right now. I don't have none of that old stuff. 3 years after that, I'm strictly Bullets and Carver right now. All of y'all right there who flip-flopping the game, flip-flop.
Get the flip-flop shit on me. Flip-flopping this shit.
Like I was talking about last week, man, about stuff standing on your square when it comes to whatever it is you talking about. But man, standing on your square about your family of dogs. I'm going to continue to ring the bell on this about not sticking with what you started with or what you believe in or the good stuff or whatever you want to call it, then sticking with it. So that does it for this episode of Bench Warrant. Yeah, and now for my third and final case, a deeper look at Champion Congo. When I'm looking at Champion Congo, I'm talking about none other than Hell Games Champion Congo, 3-time winner, 1-time best in show. Congo won his first one in an hour and 4 over Shorty. Second one, hour and 45 over Bane. DOA, that's when he won the best in show right there. He left him stinking. Excuse me. I digress. The third one for his championship, he went into 2-time winner Harry O, who also was going for his championship and beat him in an hour and 11 minutes. So no easy outs. Everything went over an hour. You know what I'm saying? This animal was bred very well in the old ways. If you watch my last week episode where I talked about the Tex-Mex dogs, okay, I'm gonna get into this, and I told you how the Tex-Mex dogs were bred. This dog was off of MBB's Gentleman Jack, which off of White Oaks Little Jack 3 and White Oaks Miss Brown Angel 2. Then of course White Oak Biters Little Jack 11 or whatever, White Oaks Just Right Gene. Now all these dogs in this pedigree, Little Jack, Brown Angel, a lot of these dogs go back to Boudreaux's Cowboy Jack, who was off of Boudreaux's Jack 2. Now Jack 2, significant dog because his brother was Cochran Shorty Cowboy. Now Cochran Shorty Cowboy did quit, but Boudreaux Jack 2 was a champion. Both of them produced extremely well. Even Cochran Shorty Cowboy is a registered merit dog. Shout out or RIP Frank Cochran. of Georgia. You understand me? But anyway, the bottom side of this dog is called, his down was called Dicey. Dicey is out of Tex-Mex Master Bimbo, one-time winner, registered merit, and Yakuza's Miss Jackie. Miss Jocko. Yakuza's Miss Jocko. Okay. We know about Tex-Mex Master Bimbo from last week. He was off of International Champion Bruto and Champion Tex-Mex Bimbo. Best in show. Now, we know that is some Eli Ed Crenshaw Stu Fowler blood, because, we know that from looking at last week's episode. I know y'all already did y'all due diligence, your homework. You looked into what I was talking about. Didn't believe Get a Hope James, and that's good for me. Or you did. You just want to check them dogs out. Either way, you checked them. You checked them out. Yakuza's Miss Jocko was off of Yakuza's Mr. Indian, registered merit. Now this dog right here, Mr. Indian, deserved his own case docket of his own because of what he had produced. And I mean a boatload of dogs. Primarily a Red Boy Jocko Jeep bred dog. And I mean, like I said, if you want to produce a producer, there are certain lines that are better, more suited for producing a producer than others. Red Boy's in line, but when you put a combination of some of these other great producers in the past, it kind of makes a cluster. There is a cluster, like, Chico said. It make a cluster because Mr. Indian threw his fair share of winning dogs and created clusters. He made the clusters. The clusters. Anyway, so he made those. So this dog, this female right here, is double bred off of Mr. Indian. So you got all the Henry Boudreaux's Jack, Cowboy Jack blood on top, heavy Eli. Then you got the Ed Crenshaw, Red Boy Jocko Jeep Eli, Ed Crenshaw on the bottom. Now, if you know anything about Ed Crenshaw blood, or some of that blood, he was mixed with some Eli in the past to produce dogs like Supernax, Grand Champion Angus, and others. But I just want to take this time to look into these animals. But never mind what I say. What do you say about this combination that made this champion Congo? Good? Scatterbred? Not so good? What do you think? Cap? What do you think? I look forward to seeing your comments. I look forward to seeing your commentary. And for the case of a deeper look at Hell Gang's champion Congo, this case is now dismissed. Oh yeah, now it's time for my closing monologue. Like I say every time, make your next move your best move, but move strategic, like a chess move. Say, man, if you see somebody and you cannot help them, you still can help them by doing one crucial thing. Stand the hell out of their way. If you can't help them, don't hurt them. Stay out the way, man. Let them go and get to whatever they're trying to get to. But this is your boy, Get a Hope James, because we got to get a hold of the game. I'm out.
Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and tell a dogman or woman about the Sporting Dog Archive.